Okay, can we talk about something that drives me nuts? It's when people act like the moment your child dies, your motherhood card gets revoked. Like, excuse me, no one came and ripped the stretch marks off my body. Nobody erased the fact that I gave birth or carried or loved my baby. And yet, somehow, after Gracie died, I caught myself hesitating when people asked, "So, do you have kids?" Because it's complicated, right? Do I make this stranger cry in the Target checkout line, or do I just smile and nod and feel like I'm betraying her? That's the tug of war, and maybe you're in it too. If you've lost a child and ever thought, who even am I now? You're not alone. If you're done pretending you're fine, tired of the silence, and desperate for something real, this podcast is for you. I'm Becky Hunt, Christian author, speaker, and mom to my daughter Gracie in heaven. I know the ache of grief and the miracle of joy sneaking back in. Around here, we tackle the hard stuff: identity after loss, guilt-free joy, calling, and rebuilding a life you didn't choose but still get to live. So grab your Bible, your journal, and probably your third cup of coffee because we're going there. This is sacred ground. Let's get loud about what still matters. Tears welcome, coffee mandatory, joy possible. I want to bring Mary, Jesus' mom. I want to bring Mary on down to us today. Jesus' mom. Because, listen, Mary was still his mom, even at the cross. In John 19, Jesus looks at her and basically says, "Hey, mom, John's going to take care of you now." Even in that devastating moment, he recognized her motherhood. And can I just say, if Mary doesn't lose her title after watching her son die on a literal cross, then friend, you sure as heck don't lose yours either. After my daughter Gracie died, I remember Mother's Day coming around, and I felt like I was wearing this giant flashing sign that says, "Does she count? Does she not count?" And the world was silent about it. Of course, like awkward. Like people didn't know if they should say Happy Mother's Day or just back away slowly. But the truth, I was still her mom then. I'm still her mom now, and nothing about death changes that. One of the first things that helped me reclaim my identity as a mom was creating some structure to my day. Because here's the thing: grief will convince you that you can't do anything. And while rest is a point, and while rest is important, having even a tiny schedule like I'll make my coffee at 9, I'll go for a walk at 2, I'll light a candle for my baby at 7, that stuff grounds you. And it reminds you that life has rhythm again, and it makes space for both grief and joy. I remember in the days, even weeks, months following my daughter's funeral, I remembered waking up in the morning and thinking, oh crap, another day, and I can't go to hospital to hang out with my kid all day. I'm supposed to be there, and I'm supposed to be doing this, I'm supposed to be doing that, and I can't because she's not here. And I'm supposed to be feeding my baby all day. I'm supposed to be cleaning, baby clothes all day. I'm supposed to be doing all these things, and I'm not. And eventually I realized routine and plans and things to look forward to, like my coffee in the morning. Well, for me, it's I really like to drink pre-workout. Come crazy. Yes, I am. I know. I'm addicted. But that's my coffee. So, like, things that I would look forward to at the same time every single morning, I would have that energy drink, coffee, whatever it is, to look forward to. And that got me out of bed. And you might be thinking, like, coffee is not going to get me out of bed when I'm feeling like a literal blob in the world, right? So maybe that isn't the thing that gets you out of bed. But I've found that having a little bit of a routine, a little bit of a schedule will help me. And some days it won't. Some days it won't. But most days it does. And if that's, getting up, going to work, that's pretty easy, right? That's a pretty easy routine. But if you're, at home, you work from home, or maybe home is your work, it takes time and it takes trying again and again and again. But I really do think that having some sort of schedule to get you going, to keep you busy, I mean, not like distracted busy like I do for myself, which I've learned a lot not to do that. But sometimes it's, like I'm gonna bake cookies today and put it on your schedule. I'm gonna go meet a friend for coffee today. Put it on your schedule. Write it on your calendar. Try it. See if it works. Now let's talk about the second thing, and that's shifting your focus back to yourself. As moms, we're wired to put everyone else first. But after loss, that often turns into us neglecting ourselves completely. Here's what I want you to try: do something that makes you smile. It doesn't have to be big. Paint your nails, read a book, binge a silly show, turn on some elevation worship on YouTube and just dance or clean the house. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. If someone makes you feel small or judged, take a step back. It's okay. Your circle doesn't have to be big, it just has to be safe. Philippians 4:8 says to think on what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. That's not just about thoughts, it's about people too. Who are you surrounding yourself with? If somebody doesn't fill you up right now, maybe you just need to say no to them. Maybe you need to ignore their texts for a while. It's okay. That's part of taking care of you. Okay? Hey, friend, real quick before we jump back into the episode, did you know you can read the first chapter of my memoir, Joy Does Return, right now? Totally free. Yep, it's raw, it's honest, and it's probably not what you're expecting from a book about grief. I'm talking awkward childhood stories, dark humor, and the wild, unexpected moments that shaped the girl I used to be and the woman I had to become after losing my daughter. If you've ever wondered how the heck joy comes back after everything falls apart, this chapter is where it all begins. So if you're nosy, same. Curious? Always. Or just need a little hope today, go grab it. Links in the show notes to snag your free chapter of Joy Does Return. Trust me, you're gonna laugh, maybe cry, and you might even feel seen. All right, back to the show. So, how do you hang on to that role when the world doesn't always recognize it? Let me give you two things that helped me. Number one, bring them into your everyday life. If you make tacos on Tuesday, say, Gracie would have loved this. Or in my case, she probably would have thrown it on the floor because babies. It's not weird, it's motherhood. Number two, anchor yourself in what God says. Psalm 127:3 says, children are a gift from the Lord, period. I got this wrong for so long. God doesn't take back his gifts ever. And when you start thinking of your child, all of your children, as gifts, it kind of changes your perspective a little bit. It kind of like, your kids aren't exactly a, what's the word I want to use? Like obligation. They're not like these humans that you have to keep in line, that you have to, get here and get there, and you have to feed them. And they're like chores, right? They're gifts. And when you think of them as a gift, what do you automatically do? You want to spend precious time with them. You want to do what they want to do. You want to take them somewhere special. You want to give them something that makes them happy. Do something that makes them happy, right? It changes your perspective. And I don't do this a lot of the time. I should do it more, but this is kind of a new like perspective change for me. It's actually my friend Shayla brought this up to me, and I was feeling some guilt over, like all of us bereaved mothers do. I felt some guilt in this conversation that we had about our kids, and I was feeling so guilty for her death, period. I was like blaming myself for maybe she died because I did this, or because this, or because this during pregnancy, or whatever. And she asked me, "What if you thought of Gracie as a gift? Have you ever done that?" And I said, "Well, yeah, duh, she's a gift." But then I really thought about it and I was like, "Oh, she was a gift. She was given to me, but she wasn't taken away because I couldn't have her anymore. She's still a gift to me. And she always will be. She's a gift that kind of keeps on giving, because she changed my life. And everything that I do, every decision that I make has been because of her and what I experienced with her when she was alive and then when she died. Like, I look at life so differently now, and I'm a different, changed person. I'm a mother that doesn't have her child in her arms, and so her life was a gift, and she's still a gift that is still giving to me and to others. So when the world doesn't get it, God does. He still calls you mom. He still says you're a mother. So, friend, you are still a mother. Your child made you one, and nothing can take that away. Try building some rhythms into your day. Try surrounding yourself with what makes you feel alive again. And watch how God meets you in those moments, reminding you who you are. Because your motherhood doesn't end, and neither does your story. All right, friends, that's it for today. If this episode made you nod, cry, or roll your eyes in agreement, hit that follow button and share it with your people. And hey, don't just leave it here. Head to loudaboutloss.com to hop on my email list. You'll get updates on my book, Joy Does Return, and even a sneak peek at it before anyone else. Trust me, you want in on all this joy.